All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Hakim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. 2/3 are infatuated, okay? I'm gonna get into it real quick. I just want to show you a couple little screenshots of this. It says Chicago last night, July 17th. See, this is our people, man. And look at this one. Yep, acting damn fools, man. This is what they like, this type of bullshit. And what comes from this type of shit, man? You already know, okay? Yep. Look at that. Always acting a damn fool, man. But anyways, let's get into this one. Infatuated is a powerful but often temporal state of intense, unreasonable passion or attraction for someone or something, okay? So they have this powerful state of intention or state of intensity, okay? Intensity, unreasonable passion, okay? And Jake always stuck in that behavior, okay? They're always infatuated, all right? And they're infatuated with being, like I said here, making themselves fools, adultery, destroying themselves, in love with their oppressors, the philosophies of this world, and being lost, and yes, Jebus, okay? So, these type of things right here, the scriptures tell you, don't follow a multitude to do evil. Because what comes from that, you see people over here, hanging out, drunk, whatever, and you know what happens when another man is around another man's wife and they don't have the law, statutes, and commandments upon their mind, or they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai upon their mind, the spirit of Yahweh, Yahushai within them, you know what they're going to do, okay? It's very simple. And we always say, around those fast food places and so on and so forth, Jake get into these gun battles and shootouts and fights and so on and so forth. So this is Jake in a nutshell, So they love destroying themselves, yes, because they're out there doing all types of drugs, no balance, right? Their diet is fucking taquitos or whatever the fuck they're called, and pork sandwiches, and Jake is gone, man. So the scriptures tell you, Exodus chapter 23 and verse 2, Salakia, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, okay? And these guys, you don't even need a pack leader. All you need is one just shouting, and then 2, 3, or 4 of them start acting up and acting a fool, right? And then they all start off in one direction, gone, and next thing you know, it turned into tumult, trouble, problems, right? Or you have these type of settings where what comes from it is you'll see Jake get into a fight, you know what I mean? They go off in the corner and shoot up, bang, bang, somebody's dead, This wickedness, man, okay? This festers and breeds wickedness, all right? These type of events. You got these girls out here half naked, okay, damn near naked, all right? Booty shaking, all types of stupid. This type of attire, that's when you get out the washroom and you're about to hit your bed, okay? This is why these other nations look at us like that and call us dogs and, the scrum of the earth, because you're acting like a damn fool, acting like a damn animal, okay? This is exactly how you're acting. The scriptures tell you don't follow a multitude, this multitude, because they're up to wickedness. They love evil, okay? They're up to wickedness, man. So you shouldn't be, ascribing to this type of lifestyle or behavior, all right? Because nothing good is going to come from it. All that's going to come from it is you being destroyed, all right? Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrestle judgment. And these guys out here, the conversations of these people will cause many to wrestle with judgment, man. They're drunk. They don't even know what to talk about. They feel like they're 50 years old or 60 years old. Nobody can tell them nothing. That's the mindset that they got. Okay? So, going back into this, they're infatuated with making themselves fools. For the philosophies of the world, being lost, adultery, destroying themselves. And these are the things that are set high upon the high achievements in the world, man. Okay? This is why we know this place is out of order, and this is why we know this place got to go down, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. Folly is set in great dignity, okay? The world ascribes to folly, okay? They love folly, Anything to do with mischief, destroying yourself, acting a damn fool, being retarded, right? They love that. Bad girls club, all this backwardsness, man. They don't want to go far. They want to go backwards a million years. They love that, okay? This is why it says that the folly is set in great dignity, all right? Because this world right now, ain't order going on in this world, okay? But let's get into another, let me get this real quick where it says a portion here that I wanted. Because they're rebellious. Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 4. For they are impotent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahweh power, Salakia, and whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, they are a rebellious host. That's the part that I wanted. They're a rebellious host. Okay? Yet shall ye know that there had been a prophet among them. They're rebellious hosts, man. No matter what you tell them, they want to kick up dust. Okay? They always have a problem. Oh shit, Salakia. Verse 3, and he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. What day? This day right here, July 17th, 2026. Zine? Wait, the 19th today, right? Sunday, July 19th. They're still rebelling. They're still being, stiff-hearted. Okay? Rejecting their power. The Lord's going to kick up some dust, yes? Wait and see. The Lord's going to kick up dust, yes? And they're going to see. They're going to wish, But anyways, Isaiah chapter 50. Yeah, this is why the scriptures tell you this. Is it here? I have it on the list. Before I go there, let me get this. Amos chapter 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So some of them say they're Christians and, I just was going out the club and my friends wanted to go and we link up and we see all these guys and don't follow the multitude to do evil, man. You have some of them, that so-called say they're churchgoers, and yet when you turn the corner, you say, what the fuck? That's Sally? That's Tyrone? What the fuck they doing? What look at this boy smoking and drinking. Look on this boy. I'm gonna tell his mother this thing, Oh shit, look, there's his mother. But anyways, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. So all you Bible thumpers, and you got a lot of these black women, these so-called black women out there that's into that shit, that very same gathering type shit, right? Sunday freaks, Monday they're, I got work ethic, gotta get back to work, bullshit, You know, these are people that draw near me with their mouth, but not with their deeds. So you have a lot of them in that crowd. Have this very same crowd. Don't think this is just YNs. You got some old. She looked a little bit older. She looked like she could be 25 and up, or 30. You know what I mean? But you got a lot of them in this crowd. Okay. Still thinking that she might be one too. Look at her face. What the fuck is wrong with her eyebrows, man? Bunch of these old ass niggas too. Probably in their 40s or 50s and shit. Still thinking that they 15. So yeah, going back into that. Let's go back to so don't be out there designing the day of the Lord, trying to play one foot in, one foot out. It's gonna be hell for you in that day. Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 20. Woe to them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitterness for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe to them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Okay? So, hey, all you guys who are justifying your own actions, saying what Scripture tell you, you shouldn't lean to your own understanding, right? And you're putting this evil, this wickedness, and setting in place and say, yeah, this is good. This is okay. Your picnic see you doing that, they pick that up and say, yeah, it's okay. My parents, I remember, we used to go to block parties like this and so on and so forth. So going back into the first scripture, following that multitude to do evil and speaking in a manner that causes many to fall, your picnic are watching you. And you're not, last time I checked, you're not going by the 100% truth. None of us brothers are up in that mix. You can't ever point to one of these pictures and say, yeah, that's thing right there from, wherever, whatever state. Yeah, that's him right there, yo. Wow, is that him? Oh, that's him right there. No, more likely that's GOC or IUSPK or one of them. Okay, but now over here. Okay, the scriptures tell you that, as it said, that we may be escaped from wicked and unreasonable men, delivered from wicked and unreasonable men. But then when you go on down, it tells you that we ourselves are not, remove yourself from any brother, don't move orderly, right? We ourselves have not taught you or moved that way, right? Have not moved in any way to show you or teach you to do anything disorderly, okay? Roughly phrasing, I can't get the scripture right now, but yeah, so, this is people are rebellious people that rebel against Yahweh Shem Shai and put the wickedness for good, okay? And Lord told you, strictly commanded you, don't do that, okay? Don't do that. That's a road for destruction, okay? Follow these paths that I'm showing you, okay? Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 20. Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in a net, they are full of the fury of Yahweh, the rebuke of thy power. Okay? And yeah, you see them niggas at the corner, pissed off, ready to shoot and kill each other. You know what I mean? They don't do that with the so-called white man or Chinese man or any other, but they're doing that against their own people, which shows you that, and the numbers are higher against these other nations than the numbers are higher with us versus the other nations. You don't see them going after the so-called white man like that. You don't see them going after the so-called Indian like that. The so-called Chinese. Yeah, sure, they might, 10% here, 5%, but the larger number is Jake on Jake, Israel against Israel. That's part of the curses, okay? Thine eyes shall be evil toward thy brother. So you see these guys, you come out from the gas station, where are they? At the top of the gap. Morning come, you're driving to work, where these guys at the top of the gap? Out there selling drugs, doing all types of fuckery. Getting drunk at 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning, you know, bust open a fresh bottle of some hooey, whatever, and they're drinking, smoking out their mind. You know, lost as all day, man. And that shows you that the curse is really, you don't see that with all these other people. Like I said, 5%, 10%. But no, mainly you seeing Jake out there are Salakia, you know, Northern and Southern Kingdom, okay? Out there doing that. You know, the scriptures don't lie, man. The scriptures do not lie. Now let me get this. I got this Romans chapter 20 in NLT because I had to put the phone on airplane mode. So Romans chapter 1, verse 19. They know the truth, NLT, they know the truth about Yahweh, about Hashem Yahushai, because he has made it obvious to them. Yeah, Jake always know. Northern and Southern Kingdom, they would say those are the most religious people in the world. You know what I mean? Yeah, Northern and Southern Kingdom, especially the so-called black woman. You know, always about God, God this, God that, but yet don't do one single thing your power is telling you to do. For ever since the world was created, people have seen the earth and sky through everything Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai made. They can clearly see his invisible qualities, has his eternal power and divine nature. So they have no excuse for not knowing Yahweh. Okay, Bashem Yahushai, yeah. It tells you that too, that the worlds weren't created by the things which are seen, but by the things which are not seen. Right? And we have faith in that, right? We know that by Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, these things were created. So, going back into this, yes, they knew Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, but they wouldn't worship him as Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, or even give him thanks, and they began to think up foolish ideas of what Yahweh was like. As a result, their minds became dark and confused. Claiming to be wise, they instead became utter fools, and instead of worshiping the glorious, ever-living Yahweh, Salakia, instead of worshiping the glorious, ever-living Yahweh, they worshipped idols made to look like mere people and birds and animals and reptiles. So Yahweh abandoned them to do whatever shameful things their hearts desired. As a result, they did vile and degrading things with each other's bodies. Okay? And this is what's happening right now when you see these things, man. These are the same people who rejected Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, their power. They feel it inside, you know. But they rejected the rebellious host. And yet, this is what the Lord, all right, you want to be that way? Well, go be that way. Them same judges or them same idols and things where, you know, go cry unto them in the day of trouble, man. See if they save you. Okay? So this is Jake in a nutshell, man. Rebellious, stupid, foolish, infatuated with dumbness, man. Okay? Like I said here, 2/3 infatuated with making fools of themselves, Jebus, philosophies of the world, in love with their oppressors, destroying themselves, adulteries, right? Adultery. This is our people, man. Okay? And you can't say the curses never hit us, because whichever people in the world is like this, man. Who? That's right. That's right. Come to America. That's why you see the Africans say, you're not our people. Look how you act, look how you behave, so on and so forth. Obviously, the Chinese, they're going to say we're their people. Indian, all the rest of them. But the African don't acknowledge, yeah, we sold you into slavery, man. You're not our people, eh? Find your history. Okay? All them people know who we are. But, you know, these people right here, I'm not going to say us, Them people right there don't know who they are. You know, our brothers and sisters out there that don't know the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? And that reject it, right? So this is 2/3 in a nutshell, man. 2/3 infatuated with making fools of themselves, adultery, destroying themselves, in love with their oppressors, the philosophies of the world, and being lost and jibus. Okay? So this is their infatuation, man. Death. You know? Infatuation is a powerful but often temporal state of intense, unreasonable passion or attraction for someone, and I should say something. Okay? Unreasonable passion, man. You go overboard, man. So with that, hey, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Qudash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified, Lord willing, to the next time. Abad Babal Akim.